Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another one, and the Pokemon investor bros are coming for the ETBs now. Everyone's making ETB videos, so we figured why not do the same damn thing as everybody else. No, fuck that. But we're still going to talk about ETBs. So everyone's pumping Zenith right now, saying this is like the greatest investment ever, and it's like $160 an ETB, which it's funny because there's two different sides of YouTube right now, and we're going to go over both. First of all, I'm going to say why I think other ETBs are better than Zenith and 151. Like 151 ETBs at 220. If you're buying stuff like that, you're probably going to get burnt. This is why I think other ETBs are better. And I'm going to throw this out there. I feel like every investor sleeps on Champion's Path. It's really a great ETB. It looks sick. You can still get two of these for the price of one 151 ETB. And the two cards inside it, the two Charizards are more valuable than the 151 Zard and Blastoise and Venusaur combined. Like, this is, and the pull rates are literally better. Like, people sleep on how good Champion's Path actually is of a set. It's just like, all the investors, like, have forgotten it exists. I swear, it's so weird. But, and the same with Lost Origin ETBs. Like, if we're talking ETBs, I'm going to say, like, these are still like $100, 110. I haven't checked the price in a minute. They might have went up a little bit, but they're still cheaper than Zenith. I still think both are really good pickups at the current prices. But so we have like half of the community that's like, hey, ETBs are going to be way more expensive. And, the bullish community, of course, which I'm kind of part of. And then we have like the weird pokeNE videos where he's like trying to be like a rebel, where he's like, it's all going to reset. Like, he made this dumbass video of like, oh, it's all going to reset. Just, you wait, guys. I have the money, just waiting. And it's like, yeah, bro, you're living in the good old days, my friend. Like, those are gone, It's hilarious. Like, I think he's literally thinking that there's going to be some, like, reset of, like, Evolving Skies going back to, like, MSRP. Is like, I don't know, like, what kind of crazy shit that dude's on, but he's like straight. He's such a, like, everyone calls him a shill, and pokeNE is a fucking shill, bro. The dude's like weird. I don't know. I'm not about him. I think he's a shitty YouTuber, but like, he gives the dumbest advice next to Dr. Applesauce, of course. I mean, that's obviously the worst of them all, I think, but that's besides the point. But yeah, he made a video saying the Pokemon market is going to reset, and the $200 booster boxes will no longer be a thing. And it's just like, all the people that didn't buy are all like cheering that on to happen, and I just can't wait to see the look on their faces when all of it just blasts off even higher, and they're like, oh man, pokeNE left us down, bro. Like, dude, I really can't wait. Like, someone is so dumb in their comments that was like, I can't wait to pick up Lost Origin for $250 a booster box again, bro. I'm like, you don't get it, bro. Like, you don't get it. Like, they're not gonna reprint Lost Origin, dude. Like, I will bet anyone here a $5,000 challenge that Lost Origin will hit $1,000 a booster box. I'll make it a little bit easier. I bet it'll hit $800 a booster box before it ever hits $250 a booster box. Like, if anyone wants to take me up on that bet and they're dead serious, I will take you on every day of the week. I would gladly take your money. But yeah, like, that's the dangerous dumbass advice that pokeNE's giving, and I think it's the stupidest advice I've ever heard. Meanwhile, like, I know that dude still just buys a shitload of product. And like, I don't know if he's just doing one thing and then just telling his viewers to do like the exact opposite, so he just like can make more money. I don't know. I really don't know what that dude's like actual weird ass motives are, but it's just really weird for him to say a message like that. But it's just, there's always the dumbasses that, like, really believe that. They're like, oh yeah, it's gonna reset. It's like, how? Like, Is Pokemon just going to flood the market so heavily with Evolving Skies booster boxes out of nowhere? I mean, like, I'm totally with some people that think, like Surging Sparks could go down. Like, you might see Surging drop to like 180, or something like that. You may see, I don't know, like maybe 151 ETBs go down or 151 UPCs maybe get a reprint. Don't think that's ever going to happen, but even if they did, but you're not going to see like Sword and Shield era boxes just plummet out of nowhere. I mean, like, that is the goofiest shit I've ever heard. I don't even consider that like plausible advice, because I just don't think either he knows already or he just doesn't even like look on the market at all and see the supply just drastically drying up every single day. Of like you're just not seeing 50 people dumping Evolving Skies booster boxes. You're just not seeing it. And then people are so dumb to believe they're like, oh, all these people that bought cases, they're going to be in such a hurry and a panic to sell. They're going to be terrified. And it's like, no, they're not. Like, I know most people that bought all of these boxes, I know their mindsets. They are not selling. like, like, they are not selling. I hate to break it to you, they are not panic selling. I mean, like, let's say Brilliant Stars, for example, drops down to like 200 a box, 250. Let's say you can get it for 250 again. All those people bought in at like 100 anyway. They don't care. They don't give a shit, bro. Like, they don't care if it drops to 200. They don't give a shit. They'll wait. They'll wait till it goes back up to 5 or 6 or 7. Like, you think it matters? It's the same thing as like if Obsidian Flames drops. Like, where's Obsidian Flames? If it tanks to like from 250 to 200, I bought it for like 140, and I know half the other people did too. They don't care. That's where most people are that have giant hordes of Pokemon. They don't care. Like, they don't care if it goes down. They're down to wait it out. Especially like the older investors. Like, we don't care. We don't care about them. We don't give a shit about cashing out at the highest point. We'll gladly wait another 2 or 3 years and see it just, even if it does drop, we'll wait 2 or 3 years and it'll be fucking 50 times more. I mean, look at Charizard UPCs, man. This happened before. Like these, I bought these at 120. They tanked to 80. Investor Bros got burnt. And then we just held it and didn't give a fuck. And now it's 310. Like, I'm telling you, most people have wisened up. The people that are long-term invested in Pokemon, they've wisened up. That if there is a crash, they just don't sell. Like, it's as simple as that. That they just wait till the price gets even more ridiculous, and then people are forced to pay whatever they originally wanted. All the low ballers are finally forced to like pay what shit's worth. Like, it's hilarious. Now you might see some singles maybe drop or something. Like, I love the hit piece on Gengar, how it's gonna be a plummeting card. I think that's just absolutely hilarious, even though all the Gengars have been fucking skyrocketing in price. It's kind of laughable. An extremely difficult card to pull as well, Like, I don't know. People that make these videos, I just don't think they put a lot of effort and research into what they're saying. They just want to kind of go with the crowd, and get what gets views instead of just like being truthful with their audience, And it's just really cringe, I'm just not into that shit. But, and that's why the pokeNE's doing, is just basically trying to sell you this bullshit that everything's going to reset. And that's just not going to happen. It's kind of like right now it's a do or die. You don't think hundreds of thousands of people are in Pokemon now? Like, that it's like a real established thing? I mean, look at how the prices have soared. It's because everyone and their fucking mother knows that Pokemon goes up over time. Like, that sealed goes up over time. Anyone that's telling you to not invest in sealed, that like you'll be disappointed in like 4 years from now, they're idiots. Because any of this stuff, I don't care what it is, battle styles. If you hold this for 4 years, you won't be disappointed. You hold it for 5 years, you won't be disappointed. You'll check back, it'll be ridiculously more, and you'll be like, wow, these people knew nothing. Like they were just, and then next week, the dude will be saying, oh, never mind, prices recovered. Prices are going through the roof, guys. You should probably grab it now. Like they just change their stance next week. Like they're so short-term mindseted. And that's what most people are nowadays, is just they're so short-term mindset. Like they have such a short-term mindset that it just, they don't do good. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. That's all we have for this one. But yeah, just wanted to say, don't panic. Relax. It's just let things play out, Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Time heals all wounds. That's all we have for today.